Hello, everyone. Thank you for watching and listening to the eBureau Digital Agency Training for Self-Hired Staff, CFS Self-Directed Supports. The intention of this training is to train all of the self-hired ComHab, respite, and support employment staff on how to use eBureau to enter all of the services and sessions that are provided. We will be moving towards using this system and no longer accepting paper timesheets. And this training is being offered so that staff can be ready for that transition. Okay. So we have assigned everyone an account in eVero. And when we've done this, you should automatically get an email from noreply@evero.com, as indicated here, asking you to establish a password. So please look for that email. As you could see, I got it in my junk. So make sure you check your junk folder. This link expires after 72 hours. So if you got the email and 72 hours have passed since we sent it, you have to contact us to send it out again. Okay? So once this is done and you follow all of the instructions that eVero has on setting up a password, you follow their password policy, then you're good to go. Your username is always first initial last name unless we tell you otherwise, and it's not the email address. Okay, so username, first initial last name, and the password you are going to set up following this email. Okay, so once you've established or finalized your password, your account is good to go. The next step is you're going to need to download the mobile app. The mobile app is native to eVero. It is not public on the App Store or the Google Play Store. So in order to get to the app, you need to visit evero.com. So let me just show you. So you're going to go to evero.com, and this is their home page, and you're going to go click on Our App, and you're going to be doing this from your smartphone. So that when you click on, if you have an Apple, you click on this link, or an Android, you click on the other link. You can download the app directly by clicking here. Okay? Now, also, if you click above where it says Installation Guide, it will go through important information that you need to know in order to download the app. So, for example, because it's a native app and not available on the Play Store, your phone is going to want to make sure that this is safe. So you have to go into your settings in device management, and you need to trust eVero Corporation. Okay? So this way it will allow you to run this native application. You could feel free to read through. If you have any issues, just go through this installation guide again. It's found on the website, and there's one for Apple and one for Android. So you need to click on either one of these links from your smartphone in order to download the app. So once you've downloaded the app and you've followed the instructions and it's successfully downloaded, you will see the app on your phone, and it's always orange. It's called Digital Agency. So just make sure that you're able to successfully log into the app. Okay. Now, some individuals and parents prefer that you not use the app, and there is a way for you to enter service delivery documentation. We are going to get there. So if you follow towards the end of this training, for those of you whose families do not want you to use the app, you'll be entering the information at the end of the session by going to myeveroportal.com. Okay? So I'll get to that in a bit. And I just included in the PowerPoint, which I will share with you as attachment to this training video. Okay, so I'm going to go into the app, and now you've successfully created a password. Make sure that you don't save the password automatically on your phone, because this is HIPAA information. Make sure that you always have a lock screen on your device so that if you lose it, someone cannot access it. And do not let anyone else use this application. I will be sending out a mobile device management policy that has more specific details as well. Okay, so now I'm going to actually share my phone with you so you could see. Okay, so here's the digital agency app, and I'm going to walk you through a few steps. So the first thing is I want you to enroll your signature. So up at the top left, you'll see the little hamburger menu with the person. Just click on that. And you see where it says enroll sign right here. You're going to click on that. It's not going to work for me because I've already done it, but it will show you your name, and you're going to put use your finger to do your signature, and that's going to lock in the signature. It's a one-time only requirement, and this way that'll lock in the signature every time you use the system. Okay, so now that that's done, and regularly moving forward, every time you log into the app, you're going to go straight to service delivery. Okay, and when you go into service delivery, you're going to see the programs that you're set up for. The majority of you are set up for self-hired community HAB. Some of you do respite, and some of you do both. So you'll just see the programs that you're set up for. So I'm going to click on self-hired community HAB, and it's going to say, in order to proceed, you're required to punch in. Do you wish to punch in? And I'm going to say yes. Okay. Now, what did not pop up on when I just logged in was a request to share my location setting on my phone. So if you get that a pop-up that says, would you like to share your location, you can say no. At this point, sharing your physical GPS location is not required. So just say no to that. Okay, so just to go back to this, so I've clicked the department community HAB. I'm ready to punch in, and it's bringing me to the punch-in screen. Now this pre-populates, so you don't have to do anything other than click OK. I'm going to click OK, and here's going to be the list of my name, and then under my name are the people that are assigned to me, the individuals I'm supporting. So if you work with more than one person, you'll see more than one person. Okay, and I'm going to just check this box and click done. And that's going to bring me right into the session. When I get into the session, I'm using Casey Test Girl today to demonstrate, and I'm going to click her name, and that's going to open up the information on this particular session. Now, a session is a continuous period of time. So if I provide support, like let's say in the morning from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., and then I come back again from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., those are 2 sessions, so I have to do this twice. Okay, so I'm going to click Start to start my session, and it's showing that it started at 2:14. Now, once I've started the session, the good thing about this system is it allows me to enter the response to the services right after I provide them. So in this case for Casey Test Girl, I just uploaded one goal, but you might have many goals that you're able to see. So you want to just click on, after you provide the service, you want to make sure that you click on service. Okay, so you're going to click on where it says service, and that's going to open up the goals. As I mentioned, I just have one goal listed here, but you will probably have more than one, and the frequency will be listed. Please note that each session needs a minimum of one goal to be addressed, but you have to follow the frequency indicated because there might be goals that you have to work on every day. So this is the service of Casey would like to learn money management. So let's say I just started, we went to the bank, and she has cashed a check. So I'm just going to click on the service to open up the next screen. And here's where it's going to indicate the money management. I didn't list it here, but it might give you specific methods from the plan. And what you're required to enter is the staff support that you provided, and that's in terms of prompting. So did you do a physical prompt, verbal prompt, gestural, partial physical, supervision? And you could do more than one or one. So let's say in the case of Casey Test Girl, I provided one verbal prompt, which would mean I verbally reminded her to sign the back of her check. Okay, and maybe I did one gestural prompt where I gestured where she needs to sign. So I'm just selecting that. And the next question I have to answer or respond to is the individual's response. So I provided the prompting, and how did Casey respond? Was she engaged? So I'm going to say she was partially engaged. She was sort of interested, but really wasn't that motivated that day. The next one is service location, and this is just a primary service location where it took place. In this case, it was in the community, right? Because we were at the bank. You don't have to put anything for allowable services. And then it's going to ask me for a comment. And the comment relates to the money management goal. The cool thing about this is, for those of you who are, your smartphone has this as an option, you'll notice the little microphone button at the bottom. So it makes it nice and easy for you to just simply go ahead, press that button, and do speak to text. Casey was tired this morning and needed more prompting to sign the back of her check, period. Okay, so that was it. So it works pretty accurately. And I don't have to do any signature at the bottom because, again, it's got my electronic signature that it's holding in the background. So this pretty much completes this money management service. I'm going to click Save. All right, now it's brought me back to the services screen. Again, if I had more than one goal, as I work on the goals, I'll go in and enter the responses like I just showed you. Okay, and you could see here that it has the responses that I indicated are here. If I forgot to put the physical prompt, it would show a 0. So you want to just make sure this is fully complete. All right, so let's say you've worked on all the goals and now you're ready to end the session. You're going to click on the session button at the top to bring you back to Casey Test Girl. You're going to open up the box here. And the nice thing about eViro is it shows you the time till the next unit. You might not be aware, but we bill in 15-minute units. So if a service is 13 minutes, we cannot bill, right? But we need to pay you. So that's a problem. We want to make sure that whenever possible, that we can, bill for the units. So if you're working with somebody and it says 1 minute until the next unit, if you can wait that minute before you stop the service, that would mean we could bill for that session. Okay? So just for the purpose of the training, I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. Now I'm ready to leave for the day. I've entered all my services. I'm done. I just click stop. And it's going to give me a reminder just in case I made a mistake. Yes, I want to end the session. Oh, and here's another reminder. There are only 4 minutes left. You sure you wish to stop? So I might say, okay, yeah, we could spend another 4 minutes together. It's no problem. So I can click cancel. But in this case, because of the training, I'm just going to go ahead and end the service. Okay. Now, now that it's completely done, this just gives me a chance to review. So and it indicates that the service that I wrote about, partially engaged, billable, the money management goal. So everything looks good. I need to go ahead and have the individual that I'm supporting sign, or I can click unable to capture signature during session. And it is okay to click unable to capture signature because the family and the individual do need to go ahead and approve these anyway on the web portal. So this signature is not something that we require, but if the family has a preference for you to have to pass your phone to the individual for them to do their signature, you would simply press this button here, pass it over to the person. So let's say this is Casey. I passed it over to Casey and she signs it, clicks OK, and that completes it. So once that's done, I'm going to hit done at the bottom. Okay, and now I'm punched out from this program. So again, that should really not take you very much time at all to enter. And I'm trying to think if there was anything else. I spoke about the location. Okay, let me bring back up the PowerPoint. Okay. So in the PowerPoint, I have some screenshots of what I just went over with you. And all right, so that's basically the app. And like I said to you before, there are some individuals and families who would prefer for you not to use the mobile app, or there might be circumstances where you don't have a smartphone. So, you know, there is an ability for you to enter the services through the web portal. Again, we're not going to be accepting the paper, but you can use it through the portal. Okay, so the other point is that even if you do use the app is intended for live real-time data collection, meaning I clock in and then I clock out. If I go home and I forgot that I didn't clock out, I can't go into the app to edit that, right? So what I would need to do is I would need to log on to myebureauportal.com, and I'm going to show you that right now. Okay. So this is myebureauportal.com. So it's important for you to bookmark that. Remember that. You're going to use the same username and password, first initial, last name, and the password that you created. And when you come into this, you're going to be in this dashboard. It'll show you the individuals that you're working with. And you're going to go to attendance roster. Okay. When you click on attendance roster, you can do a few things here. So let's start off with the you forgot to, or the person you're working with doesn't want you to use the app. So you finished your session for the day, and now you want to go in and add it. So you would click make sure the date is correct, click the department, individual's name, and the plus button. Okay, and that's going to automatically put you into today's date. So let's say that I forgot to enter for a session that I provided this morning. I'm just going to make sure this is all correct. And then down here, I'm going to put whatever my start time was. Check the box for my stop time. Oops. Okay, save and close. All right, now that's going to tell me it saved successfully. So that's one part of it. Remember, we have to also enter the services. So you can see the session I added here for this morning. And over here it's red because it shows that I did not enter a service. If I had 5 goals, it would show 0 out of 5. But for this purpose, I have 1 goal. I'm going to click on this money management and view. And similar to the app, I'm going to go ahead and indicate the individual's response, the location, the prompts provided, and a comment. So Casey did well with making change at the store today. Okay, and click save. So that's going to update, and now I'm good. So I got blue. Blue is good. 1 out of 1. I got the time. The start and stop time are working. The other thing that you can do here is, let's say you made a mistake, and like I said, you went home. You were supposed to clock out, but you forgot to clock out. The individual and parent can't edit it, so you have to go in as a service provider, you have to make that change. So let's say that yesterday I actually worked until 3, not 3:35. So if I click on that stop time, I'm going to make the change right here to indicate that I actually worked. You can just type this in also, save and close, and that's good. Okay. So that automatically updated this information here. Now, it's important for you to come here regularly to make sure that everything that you've worked is identified. The parent or the individual is going to have to review this, and they check a box, and you can see that they've checked the box here once they've reviewed it. And then by the end of the payroll period, eventually we will be exporting this file. So we want to make sure that this is accurate. Okay, so this is, you can use the dates also to go back if you want to, see if they're, just make sure you got everything entered. So here it pulls out all the dates here. Got your rate of pay here. All of that is here. Okay. Now, if you do get reimbursed directly for transportation or staff activity fees, you would click here to enter that information again with the plus sign, the date that the service happened and the amounts. The same for staff activity. But to talk about with the individual and family, because oftentimes we reimburse them, but this is certainly an option, and this is also possible on the mobile app. Okay, we don't want you to go to employee time. We want you to use the attendance roster. Some of you might be doing monthly summary notes with the individual. So if you are doing a monthly summary note, this is a nice, cool feature because you could do this also on the mobile app and here. So what you would do is you'd want to look at all the responses to services for that month. So let's take Casey Test Girl, and let's say I'm working on the December one. I can look at all the comments that were made in a nice report here. I can view a summary of all of the responses to services here. Let me make this a little bigger for you. So again, you could see that, if I was writing a summary about this, you could see how many times Casey was fully engaged and how many prompts she needed. And then those comments are going to forward. Okay, monthly summary. Select the individual. So now I've reviewed those responses to services. I want to go ahead and write a monthly summary for Casey Test Girl. So I'm going to select the month, the plan date. Oh, I already did one. Sorry. All right. So let's pretend we're doing January, and you can actually start. The monthly notes mid-month. You just have to complete it. So this is where you're going to go, and it shows that for the month of January, she's had 10 that's fully engaged and 1 partially engaged. And here you want to select how she's doing. Does she maintain her progress? Was she satisfied with the supports? Did she have any significant changes in her life? And were there any health or safety issues? And then here's the note. So, overall for the month, how is she doing? Okay, this is where you'd write the narrative, and and definitely do this with the person is good because so they could see how they're doing on their goals. And then you would save that. And again, you could do this. You can come back and edit this document, and as the month is going along. Okay, so that's basically showing you myeVeroportal.com. We went over how to enter services, edit services, do monthly notes, and that wraps it up. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to reach out to myself or Jennifer Solis. The information is here. And thank you very much.